She's that type of player. She does everything well. She likes changing the rhythm. She's aggressive. She has a good serve. Oh. Once again, very calm and composed.
She looks very emotional, very disappointed. But remember, the same thing happened to Muchova in Indian Wells. Won only 2 games, 11-2. Same scoreline today, but Muchova in the winners' camp and the first player into the quarterfinals of Miami 2026, having disposed of the number 31 seed from the Philippines, 6-love, 6-2.
You have to be cautious, so a little bit
impressive performance coming from Karolína Muchová. Everything.
You got your first WTA 1000 title earlier this season, obviously playing some of the best tennis of your career. Is that because we're healthy, we're all in one piece, or is there something that you're working on the practice court that you're seeing pay off?
I'd say it's kind of everything, you know, like good preparation, good team around me, good people, playing, keeping healthy, as you mentioned, good practices. It's kind of little pieces of everything, and then when it clicks, I'm happy it clicked and that I'm...
Many had hoped this round of 16 encounter would deliver a compelling clash of generations and contrasting styles. What actually unfolded was something altogether different. Over the course of the match, Karolína Muchová delivered a stark, uncompromising exhibition of tactical superiority and baseline dominance that left Alexandra Eala searching for answers that simply did not exist on this particular afternoon. The Czech professional was not merely better on the day, she was operating on an entirely different level, and the scoreline reflected every bit of that gap. When we look at the final result, 60-62, we are not simply looking at a victory, we are bearing witness to a comprehensive dismantling of an opponent's game plan, a clinical, almost surgical deconstruction that offered Eala no foothold, no rhythm, and no moment to impose the aggressive left-hand game that had carried her so impressively through the earlier rounds of this tournament.
You got your first WTA 1000 title earlier this season, obviously playing some of the best tennis of your career. Is that because we're healthy, we're all in one piece, or is there something that you're working on the practice court that you're seeing pay off?
I'd say it's kind of everything, you know, like good preparation, good team around me, good people, playing, keeping healthy, as you mentioned, good practices. It's kind of little pieces of everything, and then when it clicks, I'm happy it clicked and that I'm here playing some good tennis.
You get the winner of Mboko and Andreeva, the teenagers, and you have a few more years under your belt. When you think back to that point in your career, what do you think is the biggest difference in you today?
Should I say experience? Yeah, you make me look pretty old. Thank you. No, I mean...
You're so young.
No, I would say experience, probably. Yeah, I don't know what to say to that.
All right, and the last thing for you, you always do a great job of showcasing the cities that you visit on your social media. What have you enjoyed about being here in Miami?
I actually yesterday took a day off and went to Miami District and shopped a little bit, walked around there, had some coffee, watched some padel. It was nice. So far, for me, it was just yesterday to explore.
Well, it paid off today. Karolína Muchová, moving on.
Here is the rewritten version. From the very first strike of the ball to the final point, one player dictated every term of engagement. To truly understand the architecture of this dominant performance, we must look past the obvious and examine the underlying statistics, because they reveal a story of suffocating pressure, flawless execution, and the complete neutralization of an opponent's primary weapons, the serving picture. It is highly unusual in the modern professional game, an era defined by explosive power and unreturnable serves, to witness a match where neither player registers a single ace. The zeros in that column for both Muchová and Eala tell us something important. This contest was not decided by serves blazing past a helpless racket. It was decided by the intricate tactical chess match that unfolded once the ball was put into play for Muchová. This was entirely deliberate. Rather than pursuing quick, easy service points through sheer pace, she prioritized placement, heavy spin, and Acute angles using her delivery to construct points pull Eala out of position and open up the court for her ground strokes. The double fault count further underscores the contrasting levels of comfort experienced by the two players. Muchova committed just one double fault across the entire match, a reflection of a service motion that never once buckled under pressure. Eala's two double faults, modest in isolation, hint at the underlying tension and the desperate need to force the issue against an opponent who is surrendering absolutely nothing for free first serve percentages. The true divide between these two performances begins to emerge. When we examine first serve percentages, Muchova landed an impressive 69 of her first deliveries, operating near the 70 threshold. That is the hallmark of elite serving at tour level. At that rate, she consistently seized the initiative, kept Eala reacting rather than attacking, and made it almost impossible for the young Filipina to step inside the baseline and take an aggressive cut at the ball. Eala, by contrast, managed only 52, little more than a coin flip on her primary offensive weapon. When a player is forced to rely on her second serve almost half the time against an opponent of Muchova's caliber, she is essentially extending an open invitation for sustained, relentless pressure. But the most devastating number, the one that truly encapsulates Muchova's dominance, is the win percentage on first serve points. When Muchova's first delivery found its mark, she won 80 of the resulting rallies. 4 out of every 5 points started on her terms finished in her favor. She was a fortress on serve, impenetrable, authoritative, and utterly in command. Now compare that to Eala's reality. Even when she successfully landed her first serve, she won just 36 of those points. Let that number sit for a moment. It means Muchova was not merely returning the ball, she was actively attacking Eala's first serve, taking it early, seizing the initiative immediately, and stripping control of the rally away from the server before the exchange had barely begun. Eala's first serve, which should have been both shield and spear, was neutralized and turned into a liability. Second serve. The second serve statistics paint an equally stark picture. Muchova won exactly 80 of her second serve points, identical to her first serve win rate. To maintain that level of dominance across both deliveries is a rare achievement, reflecting immense confidence, precise placement, and absolute superiority. In the baseline exchanges that followed, Eala found marginally more success on her second serve than her first, winning 56 of those points. This slight improvement likely indicates that Muchova was occasionally taking high-risk aggressive returns and missing, or that the longer rallies generated by second serve exchanges occasionally allowed Eala's heavy topspin to find a foothold. Either way, winning a little over half your second serve points means nothing when your opponent is operating at 80 efficiency across the board. Break points, the most telling numbers. The break point statistics serve as perhaps the sharpest illustration of the match's defining dynamic. Muchova was presented with 5 break point opportunities. She converted every single one. A flawless 5 for 5 conversion rate is the hallmark of a player who raises her game precisely when the moment demands it, who senses vulnerability and strikes without hesitation or mercy. Eala's break point column reads 0 not 0 converted, 0 created across all 7 of Muchova's service games. Eala was never once able to string together enough quality to even manufacture a single opportunity to break. That total inability to threaten Muchova's delivery speaks louder than any other number in the match report. It was not just that Eala failed to break, it was that she never came close. The points tally, the cumulative points count, provides the starkest possible visual representation of what occurred on the grandstand court. Muchova won 52 points, Eala won 26. Doubled in a professional tennis match to double your opponent's point total is a rare and profound statement of superiority, one that indicates not merely winning the important moments, but winning nearly all of them from first to last. Breaking it down further, Muchova secured 24 receiving points, Eala managed 8. Muchova was a constant threat on return, turning Eala's service games into grinding high-stress ordeals, while her own service games were swift, decisive, and entirely unchallenged. The streak that said everything. The momentum statistics, or more precisely, the complete absence of any momentum shift, are captured perfectly in the consecutive games figure. Muchova won 10 consecutive games. She swept through the entire first set without dropping a single game, registering a 60 bagel, then continued her march to reach 40 in the second before Eala finally managed to get her name on the scoreboard. A 10-game winning streak at this level of Professional tennis represents a psychological and physical barrage that is almost impossible to withstand. It is a tidal wave of pressure that drowns an opponent's confidence and dismantles their tactical resolve piece by piece. Eala's maximum consecutive games won was a single game. She was entirely unable to build any rhythm, unable to string together successive moments of quality, unable to generate even a flicker of genuine momentum across the full duration of the match at the micro level. Muchova's peak run was 9 consecutive points, holding and breaking in rapid, devastating succession. Eala's best sequence was 5 points, a brief, fleeting glimpse of resistance in a match that belonged overwhelmingly to the player across the net. The final word: Muchova held all 7 of her service games comfortably, authoritatively, without facing a single break point. Eala held 2 of hers, fighting a losing battle almost from the moment the coin toss concluded. Every metric, every percentage, every data point extracted from this match tells exactly the same story. Karolína Muchová delivered a tactical, physical, and mental masterclass, impenetrable on serve, ruthless on return, and flawlessly precise from the baseline to comprehensively overwhelm Alexandra Eala in a performance that underscored her status as one of the most formidable competitors on the WTA Tour. For Eala, it was a harsh and unforgiving afternoon, but the best lessons in professional sport very often are. She will study this, she will learn from it, and she will return.